There's something magical and hypnotic about sitting around a campfire with some good friends telling stories. And it's even better when they're all photographers and you're in an epic location. Well, good morning. So it's about 9 o'clock right now. And what we've done is we've come about, about 6 hours south of Sydney for a Friday night, Saturday night stay over. It's a bit of a camping stay over, this one. We've come to this amazing place. It's Kosciuszko National Park. And I'm here with a group. We brought the Australian Photography Masters group to do a couple of days down here shooting all sorts of things. So apparently there's wild brumbies running around here. There's obviously kangaroos, they're everywhere. But there's a gorge, there's a waterfall. We may get lucky and get a galaxy shot whilst we're here. So bit of excitement. We've just had breakfast in the camp right now. I had a quick walk down to the little river and it's just looking amazing. So hopefully it's going to be a couple of days of fun. I'll probably condense it all into one video. But anyway, we're about to pack up breakfast right now. Everyone's had a bit of a sleep last night and we're about to hit the trail. So I'll take you with us and let's see what we can go and get. See you down there. Ooh, that's nice. I'm 1635 and I'm sitting at 20. Oh, hi again. So just at the very start of the gorge here where the river sort of comes around the corner, there's this really quite nice shot where the river sort of winds around here. We've got some rocks sticking out through the water here. We've got the gorge itself running around to the left. And what I've done is I'm 5-shot bracketing here. I've got no filters on, just a polarizer to take reflections off the water itself. So I've done 2 shots. I've done 1 shot here with this large rock right in front of me. I've got that dead sharp in focus. I've 5-shot bracketed that, and then what I've done is I've 5-shot bracketed the gorge itself with the sky as well, because the sky is quite bright. So I just want to make sure that we capture all the dynamic range of the scene, and then we'll bring them together in Photoshop later. Anyway, so let's hope this composition works as a first shot. Let's check this one out. Okay, so that was the first shot of the whole scene. I wanted to try and capture as much of this foreground as I could on that shot, but what I've done now is I've just turned the camera in a portrait mode, so I can really focus in on the gorge. I've zoomed in a little bit, so my focal length right now is about 30 millimeters. I've made sure I've maintained this little rock in front of me sticking out the river because it's really quite nice. There's a nice bit of colour on that rock. So let's check this out in portrait mode. Maybe you can tell me what you prefer, the landscape shot or the portrait shot. Check this one out. Wow, what an amazing place. Kosciuszko National Park just has so much to offer. We've just come through this section of the gorge here. I think we've done 3 river crossings already, so I'm wearing spiked shoes because this the rocks at the bottom of this river are super slippery. What the plan is right now is we're going to continue down this river. A little bit of a waterfall here you might have just seen. We're going to keep traversing down. There's a few more river crossings. The water is freezing, but it's all part of the fun. So we're going to keep going, and apparently down the end there's a waterfall. So that's the aim, is to get down to the waterfall, try and get some nice shots of the waterfall, and maybe capture some shots of this amazing gorge. I mean, these walls are just vertical. It's quite incredible. Get on the waterfall, get some shots, and then we'll make our way back up again. So let's go. Okay, so what I've done now is we've come down a little bit farther down the gorge here, and there's a couple of little waterfalls that we can get in this shot. I'm getting this little close one, so we've got this as a foreground. We've got a mid-ground, which is a slightly bigger waterfall, and then of course we've got the gorge itself as the main subject in the background. What I've done first is I'm just taking a shot just in these rocks in front of me to make sure I've got that pin sharp. So we just want to get that in the shot first. The sky is very bright right now, so I'm going to take another shot of the actual gorge itself and focus a little bit more in the background. And I'm also going to have to adjust my shutter speed because it's extremely bright. So I'm now at 1/25 of a second. 5-shot bracketing this. There's our 5 shots. Okay, little portrait shot right in the river. Gotta get your feet wet here, so enjoy. Check it out. Well, we made it. It's a fair hike along to the waterfall itself. About 11, I think, we counted water crossings. Most of them probably not much more than knee deep, but the water was really freezing. Amazing though, worth every single step of the way. I think it's about a 3.5 kilometer hike to get down to this waterfall. So what I'm just doing is to start with just the main shot from the center position here. There's a fair amount of spray coming over the front of the lens right now, but the light is really bright right now, so I've put a 6-stop ND filter on. I've spun my polarizer, so I've taken most of the reflections off the water, and I'm 5-shot bracketing because the sky is really quite bright right now. So amazing. The 6-stop is giving me about a ½ shutter speed, so it's exactly where I want for the water. I don't want the water to be too blown out, so we'll try and get some definition in the water. But green mossy rocks, waterfalls, a little bit of blue sky, it's all here. So let's get this shot done first, and then we'll have a look around. There's some little waterfalls around as well that we'll try and get in as foreground subjects. We'll shoot them as well. Check this one out to start with. Well, hi again. So I've just come around the other side of the waterfall. Some of these pools in front of the waterfall are extremely deep, so you got to be careful as you come across here, because all of a sudden you're up to your waist. Thankfully I'm alright, so far so good. I've set the camera up, it's probably outside of your frame right now, but I've set it up very, very low and close to the water, because I'm just seeing there's a trickle of water coming from the main fall here, and it's sort of following around and it goes off down the river. I think my next shot's going to be down the river there, because I think that's probably the shot of the day, but we'll come back to that one. And so I've done a foreground shot and I've done a rear ground shot. So the foreground shot is just catching these trickles of water running down the river itself. There's a bit of a leading line and some foreground sort of interest. And then the main shot is obviously the main fall itself, with the cliff sort of extending up past the fall. So it's quite good. We've got some texture in the sky, there's some blue skies, a bit of cloud around, so it sort of fills up that top part of the frame as well. And I'm 5-shot bracketing that because I'm not using any graduated filters today. I wanted to try and capture it as you see it, sort of thing. So let's get this one in the bag, check this one out, and then we'll do a little bit more exploring around, see what other kind of shots are here. But wow, what a place, epic place, incredible gorge. Let's check this one out, we'll go find the next shot. Right, okay, so now I come all the way up to the left-hand side of the falls. But what's really nice about here is right on the right-hand side, I think you can just see it in frame there. We've got this little waterfall coming down in a couple of stages here. So I'm trying to do like a very wide shot. I'm at 16mm right now on my 16-35, so as wide as possible. I'm gonna focus for the foreground, and then I'll focus for the main shot. So I'm definitely catching these in on the right hand side because it fills up the frame really nicely. And then in the main shot, obviously I've got the main falls with some nice light happening. So okay, let's check this shot out. Wow, what a sensational place. This is quite magical. As I said earlier, I think probably this is possibly the best shot of the day. We've got the main subject of the falls here, obviously, but there's just so much happening in between as well, that there's little waterfalls meandering in the way through the rocks, other photographers in the shot. It's an epic sort of place. The main falls themselves I just find absolutely stunning. It's really beautiful. I've got some good light right now, so I've done a foreground shot here with what's coming in front of me here. Just these little tributaries running down, lots of little detail, bubbles and flow that's happening in front of me. We've got the main fall just looking absolutely spectacular. So I've done the foreground shot. I'm just going to take the background shot. I'm on a 1/6 of a second. F10, ISO 50, and I've got a 3-stop ND filter in front of the lens right now just to cut down some of this light. But let's just get this shot of the main falls themselves, and then when we bring these together, we'll have a foreground in focus, we'll have a background in focus. It's at F10, so we may do it in one shot. It's just that these are very, very close to the camera, so we can get these in focus, but everything else will be probably out. But epic place. So anyway, let's bring these together and let's have a look at this shot. I'm probably going to do this in portrait as well, because I think it's going to work in portrait as equally as well as in landscape. But you can tell me again, is it a portrait shot or is it a landscape shot? Check the landscape shot. Okay, so that was the landscape shot. Now I've turned the camera portrait into portrait mode, and what I've really done is the camera's pointed quite far down, so that I've moved the main waterfall to the top of the frame, and it'll get that sort of extra elongation as it gets to the edges of the wide-angle lens. So it'll drag up the top of the frame, drag down the bottom of the frame, and what I've also got here is some of these gorgeous little waterfalls flowing in front of the lens as well. So it's quite an action-packed shot. It sort of leads you in with this first one here at the bottom of the frame, and then takes you into the main falls itself. A little bit of detail in the sky, and then of course the cliff right above the waterfall just completes the shot as well. So I can see us coming back here. Anyway, it's been one of those mornings. Let's check out the portrait shot. You tell me, was it landscape, was it portrait? I think I like both equally, but it's probably the shot. Here we go, check it out. So probably the last shot of the day is just going to be this shot from the left-hand side of the falls, right in front. Very simple shot. I'm not even bracketing this because it's just the actual waterfall itself. So the brightest part of the image obviously is the water itself, and then we've got the rocks as well. So final shot of the day. There's been a couple of extras that I might throw in at the end here, so just look out for the bonus shots at the end. But let's get this one in the bag and check this one out. Well, that's it from Kosciuszko National Park. If you ever get the chance, you've got to come down here. We're all packed up now and starting to make the journey back up to Sydney. But what a day! I think we shot from about 10 in the morning. The hike probably was about maybe 4 kilometers up to get out to the waterfall, and then back again to the camp. So wow, what a day! So many things to shoot along the way. You gotta get out there and do these things. So it's been actually raining overnight, but we got super lucky yesterday, which was an all-day Saturday. So that's it for this one. If you like the shots, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, do all that stuff. We're now going to find a town that's got some phone service and some coffee, and get some breakfast. So we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.